if anybody's illegal, it's the pilgrims that started this shit, right? And this is what happens when people don't understand psychology. That is top tier manipulation and gaslighting and things like that. Like, we need to understand these things. I don't be wanting to hear, oh, this is just another cash grab situation. Oh, this is what they try to do to Michael. If there is smoke, there is motherfucking fire. When you have that much money, guess what you have access to? Power. And with access to power comes access to control. And so they literally control your perception of them through their public relations. Hey, welcome back to Face Philosophy. If you're new, hey honey, make yourself home and subscribe. It is free to like and support your girl. Okay. Today we're gonna be talking about President Trump and his fireworks that he just sent over to Iran. We're gonna be talking about Tyler Perry and his little PR work that he's doing to, kind of slide and around this lawsuit. And then we also gonna be getting into the AI minstrelsy that we see going around on TikTok. Now, I'm not even on TikTok, but it has got to my Instagram. Now, why he put us in it? Right. And before I get into this topic, I want to make sure that I give this disclaimer. I am a psychologist, not a politician. Okay. So every take that I give y'all is going to be based on my 2 degrees in psychology and how I like to analyze the human mind and how it shows up in all aspects of our lives, whether that be our personal lives, social lives, all those things, right? And so with Donnie here, I think what's most interesting is how he came into leadership twice, be that, and how he also uses PR, especially in this time of ICE raids and things like that, using Hispanic people to say, vote for Donald Trump. I can't do the accent how they be doing it. Bro, like the memes are crazy. Social media definitely influences our perception on how these situations look, right? With Donald Trump and the way that he's going about joining this war, I'm just like, from my perspective, let's start with me and the psychological toll it's had on me. I'm like, why is he doing this while I'm alive? Like, they could have picked any time to possibly start World War III, and they want to do it while I'm alive, like while I'm alive, breathing and kicking. And I'm just like over it. I'm over not seeing the democracy that's supposed to be present in America. Like I said, politics has never been my thing. Hell, this probably might piss a lot of people off, but I don't even vote. So if y'all can change my mind about that, I practice intellectual humility, but I feel like seeing how the world has been turning and how everything seems to be out of the small man's control, the small person's control, and regardless of who you vote for, they're still gonna fuck you over. Like it doesn't appeal to me to go wait in long lines and say, oh, I voted for this person when it's technically up to the electoral college. With this war that's going on right now, once again, why he put us in it, like he really could have minded his business. I mean, wasn't America already supporting Israel? Like, wasn't that already a thing? And amidst the propaganda that he's putting out about Hispanic people and alien individuals, it's like, how I thought this was supposed to be the land of the free. Like, how does that work? And I think that the more we allow this to go on without more people speaking up against it, the propaganda is just going to continue to influence people. And the thing about Trump is he is a charismatic leader. He really is. He has charisma to those who he can appeal to. He has this authoritarian charisma, right? And so just like they do with that mustache, right? And when you think about it, people that are vulnerable to that type of dictatorship and rulership, they always have this weird insecurity and kind of this existential crisis. And I think it's less about these aliens or immigrants being bad for the economy, being bad for America in general, and more to do with white fear of erasure, right? We do live in a white supremacist nation, right? And so a lot of this stuff, like I've been seeing on TikTok about breeding kinks and, Trump trying to give money for people to have babies and all of this stuff, like the white erasure fear is really tying into that xenophobia that is contributing to how he's able to ally support when he's going to like harm countries that don't even have the resources to really stand up to the US. Like he did the missile strike on Iran's nuclear compounds or whatever they had, and he said that their attack back was weak. He called it weak. And my thing is, it's like this dude, what he's been able to do is not a surprise to me. I mean, he's not the first president to get themselves involved in a war that had nothing to do with us. Like the America colonizing, that's what America was built on, colonizing. Like they literally killed all the, majority of the Native American people and then put them on reservations. So like if anybody's illegal, it's the pilgrims that started this shit, right? Right. Okay. But give me y'all thoughts on this stuff with Trump and this missile strike because, like I said, I'm a psychologist, not a politician. I'm not really versed in politics. I try to actually ignore it and mind my business and just focus on surviving. So if y'all can give me any more information, I would appreciate it. So the take that I'm giving on this is more so like the psychological influence of a leader like Trump and how a leader like Trump can even come to be. And one of my favorite things to reference is cognitive dissonance. A lot of the people that support Trump, even the Hispanic people that he is using as PR and propaganda to push this narrative that he has about illegal aliens and how they actually support him and all of this stuff, like it's crazy because his supporters, they can see him literally fucking up the world, fucking up the economy, and they're going to continue to support him because of cognitive dissonance. I'm so fascinated with the human mind. It's so beautiful how it's beautiful but fucked up how we can rationalize anything. We can get ourselves to accept anything. And the way that we debate things that are undebatable, like we see the facts and we'll still find a way to debate it, that is cognitive dissonance. We don't want to experience that discomfort when our beliefs don't align with our actions or vice versa. And so, like, when you see people that are supporting Trump, despite how it's literally impacting their lives negatively, like it's just crazy. And I just hope that one day we get a better system in place. I really don't know how that could work or how, like I said, I'm not a politician, I'm a psychologist. I look at things from that perspective. But I do think it's interesting how Trump has been able to do this and then also have Elon. Like what happened with they fight? You know what? I should have did a little bit more research on this because I don't even know why they was fighting and stuff. If y'all could tell me in the comments, let me know because like what I just let white men do what white men do. As a black woman in the South, I guess this is my powerlessness speaking from, growing up in poverty and things like that. But like sometimes it just be feeling like, oh, this is over my head. I don't care. What was that thing going on? It's above me now. It's above me now. That's genuinely how I be feeling like this is above me now. I could care less. Like what Trump and them do is, as long as they're not knocking on 222, they're not knocking at my door. I don't care. Don't get me wrong, I care. That's why I'm talking about it today. But I mean, like, as far as like letting it get to me mentally, and it breaking me down, like I don't care about that. But I do want to be, since I do have a platform that is growing, I want to be a person who speaks light and speaks truth and kind of cuts through the bullshit, because all this stuff about immigrant people being bad for our country, that's all propaganda. Hitler did this. Like this is what happens when you try to cut education funding. This is what happens. People like me that don't understand the voting system, like it's really crazy. So I think, to sum up what I got to say about Trump, it's just the fact that these people that support him thrive on the idea of him being a savior. And that's why religion, ooh, it really pisses me off how they say, like, isn't it literally in the Constitution that religion is not supposed to be involved in state? But it's in God. I live in Texas, and in God we trust is on the back of the police cars. I'm like, in what God? You feel me? So like that has always rattled me. And Trump and all of them talking about Jesus and praying and like what? It wasn't allowed. I'm confused. So it definitely clearly is. And we have this I forgot what the word is for it. Um Religious state, something like that they call it, that's forming. I mean, it's always been here, but like it's just crazy. Like putting your hand on the Bible in court. Like I thought this shit was not like supposed to mix. Like it clearly is mixing, right? And so that's how he gets people who one don't read enough because He lets them think that it's not important to read. Elon Musk is saying like having a college education is not really important. Like the fact that he was able to do this says a lot about the state of the world, at least America, and our need for more social justice versus people to be in these spaces, in these chambers, disrupting this bullshit. Because the more people confirm their biases, the more shit we're gonna see, like people supporting a war that's literally a genocide, things like that. We're going to continue to see it, right? And so, oh, this is another psychological take that I want y'all to understand about Trump's presidency and why all of this shit is cropping up and why you see these people with like the Trump stickers on the cars. Like, are y'all not embarrassed? These rich men will never save you. They will never save you. They're literally the reason why you're in the position that you're in right now, dumbass. It's an existential crisis, right? So when I was practicing as a therapist, I love tapping into the existential horrors in people's lives. And if you don't know what existentialism is, it's basically the theory of our existence and what that means to us and how we go about it and how we think about it. And in a world that is so uncertain, having an authoritative leader that's saying, I'm going to fix it, I'm going to make it better, I'm going to make it great, a lot of people fall for that, especially those who can't read. Let's really talk about it. Let's really talk about it. So all of this existential horror that's going on. I mean, this dude then sent missiles to people who have nuclear weapons. Like, I'm just not understanding what's going on and why he thought that that was a smart move. And then he's talking about their attack back and calling it weak. And the whole time, people's kids probably aren't even coming home. Right? Moving on. So next we got Tyler Perry. I know I said I was gonna let him go. I was gonna get off of him, but he responded to the lawsuit. And so before we get into it, before I get into my commentary and my reaction, I want y'all to watch this post by DJ Envy. And basically it's Tyler addressing the allegation in his own little way, right? And we're gonna dissect it and talk about how he's going about public relations at this point with this lawsuit looming over his head. Because, the first supposed and alleged allegation that was brought by a black actor, I forgot his name, maybe I could put it in the comments, but the first allegation that was brought by a black actor was quickly snuffed out. And yeah, here we are. But I've been waiting. When I tell you I've been waiting to get that nigga. Just like Dr. Umar. Niggas like them two niggas, like they really pissed me off because as a black woman, this is the reason why I felt like I needed a PhD to talk my shit. Because I always felt like misogynoir would get in my way because we got black men like this and they're calling them the leaders. Bitch, I am a leader and I know I'm a leader. I speak with conviction and it makes men uncomfortable anytime I'm in a space, anytime I'm in a room around an insecure man, it pops out. Like, and I at first would dim my light because I have trauma with, aggression from men and things like that. But now I understand my power and how to harness it. And that's why my platform is really important. And so I'm going to be taking down these rinky dinky ass niggas one by one as I dissect them psychologically because we need to understand. And I want to make one clear distinction. Mental health and psychology are two different things. We can talk about mental health all day, but when you start getting into the study of the human mind and behaviors and characteristics, now you're looking at psychology. And Black people we need to understand psychology. Okay, we need to understand why Big Mama and Papa don't want to go to the hospital and things like that. You know, because of all that scientific trauma, scientific racism that's been put on our people for generations. Right? I'm sorry, y'all. That was kind of a tangent, but getting into Tyler and his attempt to address the allegation. And like I said, this post is from DJ Envy on Facebook, and we're also gonna take a look at these comments.
Got the whole world in his hands. Hey, I'm just sitting here on my porch just looking. What am I looking at? I'm looking to the hills from whence cometh my help. for my help. Some of y'all know the rest.
There he go. Hiding about religion. He gonna do it every time because he know who his audience is. He know his audience is a group of people who would rather pick up a Bible than a psychology book. Getting back to it. 4 seconds left, y'all, and I can't stand this nigga.
I just wanted to come on and just tell everybody, just be as calm as you can. You got the
No, I'm
whole
not gonna be
world.
calm. Fuck you. Like, I don't like predators. Like, I don't see how. First of all, we already knew that. Hold on, let me calm down because this is alleged, right? We don't want people trying to say that I'm saying that he did something that he didn't do, right? All alleged. Okay, so all this shit is alleged, and but it's always alleged. It's always a money grab, right? Me and my big bohemian glasses been clocked it. And if you don't know the inside joke, you need to, that lets me know you're not watching the videos, you're not reading the comments. Like, you gotta read those comments, honey. We are engaging in those comments, okay? So me and my big bohemian glasses clocked Perry's ass a long time ago. And it's funny because the Boondocks episode paused. It's been gonna, resurface because of what's going on, and they read him to a T. And he had the episode removed. If it wasn't so true, and it's just comedy for the sake of comedy, I mean, your caricatures of black women is just like just for the sake of comedy. It's not true. What if black women banded against you to get your shit taken down because you're making fun of us? Like, oh my God. I see black people that are wrong about our culture consistently. Tyler Perry is one of them. Like, he doesn't go far enough. And the fact that it's held as this golden standard of black entertainment, black media, and things like that, it just really pisses me off. He uses religion to support all the bullshit that he does. And that's why I said in my previous video, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. His dark psychology shows in this lawsuit because he definitely compartmentalizes Medea. How are you so, God fearing and holy, but you're cross dressing? It's literally against your religion to do that. Like, can we talk about it? Can we really talk about it? You are participating in queer, gayness, gay pride, whatever you want to call it. Like, you are participating in it when you dress as a woman, whether you're doing it for comedy or not. And he goes beyond comedy because really, this minstrel shit of black women and them making fun of us has been led by black men since white people stopped putting on blackface. And technically, in today's time, they haven't really. All this shit ties together. Do y'all see how it's all tying together? Because we're going to get to the AI minstrel shit next. But I do want to touch on that real quick because black men have been leading this for a while. Like, it started back on Vine, right? With all the little black boys putting on wigs, putting on messy, ugly wigs, messed up lipstick. That little Mexican boy, Ramon, Rondo, whatever his name is, y'all know who I'm talking about, doing the black scent. Like, it's been a consistent theme, right? And so minstrelsy hasn't left us. It just has a different face. It's not the grease paint anymore. And white folks tap dancing and sounding like slaves. Tyler really makes me uncomfortable, but not because he's gay. No gay slander here. Hell, I'm a lesbian myself. So it's not because he likes men. It's not because that. It's not because he's a top. It's because he is manipulative and controlling, and it's obvious, right? And the way that he addressed this lawsuit and the way that he continues to use religion to kind of like make him seem more pure than technically how he's already built his image to be. Like, Medea is so sexualized. Like, there's a lot of scenes in his plays where he's talking about how, Medea was basically hoeing and all of this stuff. Like, ain't that against God? Is it not? Like, I just love the fact that Christians get to be so hypocritical. Like, what? Oh, and one more thing that I wanted to show y'all from this post on Facebook is these comments. So I really wanted to address this first one right here. Evelyn Willis says, you know how they set up Michael Jackson. He did that shit. Like, I'm so sick of y'all. He did that shit. He preyed on children. He preyed on little boys. He did it. Allegedly, right? Not even allegedly, right? They always be like, "Oh, well, he got off. He didn't do that. He got off." I don't give a damn if he got off. You wouldn't send your kid over there. And see, this is why I said black folks need to pick up a psychology book. Michael Jackson did that shit, and it just really pisses me off that there are so many black folks who participate in this kind of like group think thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to, because I don't want this to come off like I'm saying black people have a victimhood issue. We are victims of shit, but we are very much survivors, right? And so I think that this this kind of like group think about black men, black powerful men, and how somebody's just always trying to take them down. First of all, when Michael Jackson died, he was not black. That was a white man. That was a Caucasian man. And he had the audacity to go to Africa dancing with Africans, talking about, all I want to say is that they don't really care. He get on my nerves. Like, y'all really got to understand the way that we consume media impacts the way that we understand shit, the way that we accept shit. That was a fully Caucasian man. Well, he went from Mexican to Caucasian, but like I think around the they don't really care about his video. He was Caucasian, right? No, he was looking more so Mexican around that time, more so Hispanic around that time. This is her channel, Roxanne. She gives such good deep dives on Michael Jackson and the psychology behind it and how it ties into his childhood and all the ways that this man basically manipulated the masses, right? And it's just sad because the signs were always there. He's in an interview literally grooming a child in front of the world. That's when his career really declined. He was grooming a child in front of the world. That poor baby was all like, saying like, "Oh, well, Michael said if I don't get into bed with him, that I don't love him." Like and this is what happens when people don't understand psychology. That is top tier manipulation and gaslighting and things like that. Like we need to understand these things. And there are people who will be on a deathbed saying that Michael Jackson didn't do the shit. And he's sitting there holding hands with a little boy. The little boy sitting on his lap. Like he's doing this in front of the world. Like it just I just get so emotional when I talk about it because I hate to see children being abused or harmed or hurt or even hearing about that. Like it's disgusting. And so the same type of bullshit that they let him get away with, it happens all the time. And so I don't be wanting to hear, oh, this is just another cash grab situation. Oh, this is what they try to do to Michael. If there is smoke, there is motherfucking fire. Let's stop acting like that's not a thing. Why do y'all like to play? Why do y'all play so fucking much? Damn. It's given he was Hispanic. It's given he was white. Maybe even Asian at one point. When I tell you that nigga metamorphed in front of our faces, what's that other video? When he was literally shifting uh racist ethnicities. It don't matter if you're black or white. When I tell you that he was a musical genius, but he was literally brainwashing everybody. It's black, it's white. As he shifted all of y'all faces. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The dude with the locks that was like, yeah, yeah. It's a hot mess out here, y'all. And Tyler Perry isn't the first and he won't be the last rich black man to be called out. Because when you think about it, y'all, people like him, people like Diddy, people like Michael Jackson, the black men and the black people that support him and say that he can't do no wrong, that they can't do no wrong, they will never amass the fortunes that they have amassed. And when you have that much money, guess what you have access to? Power. And with access to power comes access to control. And so they literally control your perception of them through their public relations. So when Michael Jackson was saying it's black, it's white, he was touching on little white boys, little Mexican boys, little Hispanic boys. He was harming them, allegedly, right? And now here we are, Diddy's case, man with a lot of money, a lot of power, a lot of influence. What are they gonna do with it? And let's not sit here and act like this isn't a patriarchal society that's built on misogyny. And the crazy part is The men that support men like this, they dick ride so hard. You will never get to that level of wealth. That level of wealth will never meet you. It will never validate you as a man. And that's why you project what you think you could be onto these men that are actively harming people, like Tory Lanez, DDG, and you support that shit because you feel weak on the inside. And their proximity to whiteness through their wealth and through their power makes you feel like validated. And since you're living vicariously through them, you fucking weirdo, like, can we talk about it? The society that we live in, and this is the point I was trying to make about misogyny being harmful to men as well. Because cases like Tyler Perry, cases like Michael Jackson, they don't get the focus and the importance put on them as they should because it's males accusing males. And we understand how patriarchy and misogyny puts men on this kind of like pedestal that kind of makes them robotic. I love I don't know who y'all, if y'all know who Public Offender is, go follow him. His page is dedicated to dismantling patriarchy and misogyny, and he talks about how men are basically NPCs. Men that ascribe to this patriarchal misogynistic rhetoric and shit like that, they are basically like NPCs. They don't have their own sense of self at all. Like all they do is try to fit themselves into this category that says that they're a man, and then anything outside of that is an issue. And so being able to admit that you've been touched by a man, harmed and violated by a man is hard to do as a grown man, let alone a child. And that's what really pissed me off about the Michael Jackson case. Because those babies, they were children. Money was involved, their parents were involved. Like, it's so much, it's so many layers to that. And it just really pisses me off that he was able to die without fully being reprimanded for that. But, I guess you could say the way that he died, tells it all himself, the overdose and everything. And the fact that they even blamed it on the doctor. I don't really know. I wasn't there, but I feel like the guilt was eating that ass up, right? Because he was doing that shit in front of the world for so long. And you can see his self hatred, the way that he literally metamorphosed into a Caucasian. Like, can we talk about it? This is why you need to pick up a psychology book. Stop picking up that Bible. Sorry, let me calm down. Like I said, a lot of these men, dick ride rich men, and for black men specifically, it's really interesting because a lot of these allegations we're talking about rich black men. Rich white men have their times where they get called out too. We've seen their cases when they get called out. But when rich black men come out, it does something to the black community. And I understand the pain. I understand the hurt of wanting to think that black elitism and black excellence is a real thing that should be achieved. And don't get me wrong, I love black people who are stepping into their gifts, stepping into their power, and exercising it in this world and creating their own versions of wealth. But to hoard resources and to basically get to this status that gets you closer to whiteness through your proximity to wealth, that is toxic. And I don't give a fuck how you try to put it or how you try to play it out. Being a billionaire is fucking toxic. You do not need that much money. Nobody needs that much. Nobody needs that much. You don't even need millions. You don't even need millions to have a nice life, have a good life. And if we had a better system, we could allocate resources for everybody. Like, this is really ridiculous. And so when we're not thinking outside the box that they constantly want to put our world view into, we end up with black men who feel victimized every time a black rich man gets called out. They feel victimized because they dick riding so hard that they busting nuts off the proximity and the vicarious living that they're doing through this rich man. Wealthy men will not save you. Women too. Those hypergamy women, wealthy men will not save you, bitch. Get your own motherfucking wealth. Sorry. I cut it out. Let me stop apologizing for who the fuck I am. Donald Trump ain't gotta apologize for being a fat, ugly ass racist. And nobody's shaming. I'm still looking. He a old bad built ass bitch. I can't stand him. Like, I can't stand none of these motherfuckers. Real for real. The AI minstrelsy. If you looked at the thumbnail, I hope that maybe some of y'all saw these videos and y'all already get the context. Because I'm not pulling none of that shit up. I'm not putting that on my fucking live. Um, where do I even start? I kind of already mentioned this. And see, oh, I just love how it be seamless. Donald Trump is a rich, raggedy, stanky booty ass man that has way too much power and control, trickling down to little niggas like Tyler Perry who think they can run some shit and think they can get away with doing terrible toxic shit because they have proximity to wealth, which makes them think they got proximity to a rich, powerful man like Donald Trump. And then the minstrelsy that Tyler Perry displays in all of his movies and shows trickles down to what we see today. AI videos generated for the entertainment of, I guess, black people and non-black people, whatever the fuck. Child, digital blackface is nothing new. It's just a new way of taking the past minstrel and doing it in a way that is newly refreshed, repackaged minstrelsy, basically. So, starting off with what digital blackface is, to my understanding, it's basically like the use of our memes, the use of our sounds on TikTok, the black scent, for non-black people's enjoyment, for non-black people to convey their emotions and feelings instead of using white center shit, you know? And so basically the co-opting of our culture for the consumption of white people. Um, yeah, so my thoughts on this. I feel like I said, it's nothing new. And I peeped it a long time ago with Vine and the black scent and all of that shit. That right there, that was a time to be alive. And don't get me wrong, it was funny as fuck. Jay Versace is, oh, that's my baby. I love him. Love him down. But like, and it didn't start with him. Not saying it started with him, but like he's one of those people who participated in it, right? You know, making those crazy faces with that terrible wig, singing the Patti LaBelle. Like, we really gotta talk about it. I think digital blackface, the issue that people are trying to address with it is when our culture is used out of context. So when white people, non-black people post our memes, whatever's generating out of the black community, they're using it to convey their emotions, their enjoyment, discuss whatever anger, whatever it is, and it's basically another form of minstrelsy. And when our culture is taken out of context, like Tyler Perry's movies are, it becomes a breeding ground for bias and stereotypes, right? And so who benefits from that? So when a dude like somebody in the chat, I know y'all know who this is and who I'm talking about. He is a Hispanic guy. He's gay and he does the black scent. He be wearing the nails. I want to say it's Lando, something like that. He was another dude that I used to watch a long time ago. I unfollowed him because it started to get annoying as I became more conscious and more aware of what my culture was and how it interacted with society. I was like, I don't think he should be doing this. Who are you? Like you're acting like blackness is an act and not a human experience. Bitch, I talk like that for real. I wear my hair like that for real. This is who I am for real because I'm a black woman who was raised by another black woman and immersed in black culture because that's my culture. And you get to put it on and take it off when you go into the bank, you're not talking like that. The way that we have to code switch for survival, they will never understand. So being able to put on our aesthetics and the way that we talk, our language, and utilize that for their benefit to get views, to get monetization, to get money is the issue, right? And blackness as a performance will always be something cringy to me. Like, that's what and see that's why I call it minstrelsy because Tyler Perry's Medea gives blackness as a performance. It's not rooted in real reality of black life. And like in some instances it is, but I think the way that he exaggerates it and takes it to a whole nother level, like it just makes it uncomfortable. And it opens the door for other people of other races and ethnicities to feel comfortable doing it. And they do it all the time. Y'all give me y'all thoughts. Give me some hearts before I hop off of here. Like I said, you know where to find me. I'm hoping to do this every Monday. I will probably most likely post a poll and let y'all know like what time that we're seeing what times y'all feel like would be the best for us to go live every week because I do want to do this every week. But if you weren't able to make the live, this will be reposted. That is pretty much it for Face Philosophy today. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, family, your grandma, your auntie, all of them folk. Because, like I said, put down that Bible and pick up a motherfucking psychology book. Y'all have a good night.